la 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 la. Hi everyone, my name is Toluade and welcome to another episode of Manifest Hub, where we help young adults and young adult leaders build and cultivate and engage in young adults ministries. So, welcome back. I missed everything that's been going on. You will be living underneath a rock not to realize what's been going on around us with this coronavirus, COVID-19 situation. And as we can all admit, it's been really, really stressful. It's been a lot on everybody. It affects you one way or the other. So today we're going to be talking about how do you remain grounded or zen or stay sane during this season? How do you keep your peace during this season? As a Christian, or even if you're still trying to figure out this God thing, how do you keep your peace to make sure you don't lose it? That's what we're going to be talking about today. I just wanted to come out here and just show some love and just encourage somebody out there. So just a little bit of a backstory, right? I would like to think I'm somebody that has a really strong mind. I can easily, my emotional IQ is pretty good, I would like to say. So for people like us, we tend to sometimes fall into that trap or that lie that even though everybody around us may be freaking out, it doesn't really get to us, or it won't get to us. And sometimes you can kind of lie to yourself, or lie to yourself about that. And if you're not careful, it really hits you. So in this season, fear has been one thing that's been really, really thick in the atmosphere. Even if you don't have the tendency to worry or fear, it has a way of sneaking up on you somehow. And a couple of days ago, I was just going about my business, and I would read a news article that would just show that, oh my gosh, the cases are really, really growing exponentially in Canada, and that just really grips my heart. I was just like, oh my gosh, what if this doesn't end? We have to remain indoors for such a long time, not knowing when it's going to end. And I was literally freaked out. But you know what? Thank God I knew what to do. I knew, to just be encourage myself in the Lord and just go back to God and just say, hey, God, I'm really fearful about this and that. This is how I'm feeling. And then just receiving that strength with Him. So I'm going to actually talk about how do you encourage yourself in the Lord? How do you fear not? I know there are a lot of things. There's been a lot of things on social media saying, don't be afraid, fear not. But I just feel like some people don't actually know how to do that. So I'm going to be talking about that in the next video. So just kind of look out for it. You can click, I'm not sure if it's here or here, for that video. Okay, so how do you stay sane? How do you stay zen? How can you just also show love to one another in this season? So number one thing you can do, of course, is pray, 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 pray. You can never stop praying. You can never stop you can never have too much prayer. So pray for yourself. I know this goes on social media. It's been going around social media. Pray for yourself. Pray for your family members. Pray for the world. This is actually, I feel like, a time God is calling us to look beyond ourselves, because I think it started off with, when it started in China, every country was probably just thinking, nah, we're good. But now it affects us, not just, because everything has been produced in China, but it's coming to us now. It's coming rapidly. So now the whole world is forced to take a deep breath and stop and reevaluate. So pray for the whole entire world. Pray for humanity. Another thing you could do also is try to take the focus away from yourself. So this is really the time where we're social distancing. We can't go out. We can't go about our lives. Some people handle it better than some. So come out of yourself and call people, check up on people. If you have funny memes, post that on your social status so people can just get a laugh out of things. So come out of yourself and just show love and support to somebody else. If you can help people with pick up groceries, definitely do that. If you can help people by sharing, sharing whatever little that it is that you have, do that. A lot of people lost their jobs or they're being laid off. So definitely, if all you can do is just cook a meal and just drop it up for them, it's the really smallest or littlest nice gestures that really helps. Another thing also that you can do is also just be that strength for somebody else. So there are times where people maybe will literally feel so overwhelmed and just not really sure what to do. be that strength for them in not just also praying for them, but just talking them through it and just encouraging them through it. Because I know some people, especially like if you lost your job, just not knowing where your income is going to come from. And again, coupled with that is people are being left alone with their thoughts. If you've never been in this kind of, and we all have never been in this kind of situation before, it's really, really hard to deal with. So be that strength for somebody else and just be there for them. My one friend already, what I said, I think 2 days ago, actually, when I got another freak out episode. And, I'm in charge of the young professionals at my church. And one of my, of course, responsibilities is to make sure to check on everybody's well-being in this season, right? And understanding as young professionals, people might maybe lose their jobs. And I was just looking at the list. There's about 96 people on that list. And I have 4 executive members, 4 leaders that work alongside me. And yeah, we had to split the list amongst ourselves according to our capacities, but it really just dawned on me like, oh my gosh, like I'm somehow responsible for these people. Like the Bible talks about, God is going to ask you like the people that he has trusted you with. And just that understand, like he just watched over me, and I was just so overwhelmed. And then at that point, there was my one friend that she was on the list that I was supposed to call. So she had just sent me a text message, and I saw her text message. She was like, oh, hey, how are you? I'm just checking up on you. And I just felt the need to call. I called her and I just started to just cry. And she's like, what is going on? Are you okay? What is going on? And I just had to at that point, I didn't know why I was crying. So I had to take a minute and just be like, okay, Tolu, why are you crying right now? What is really going on? Like, what is it? And so I was able to formulate my thoughts and express that in words. And I'm really thankful to God for her, even though I was supposed to be the one calling her and encouraging her and checking up on her. She ended up encouraging me, and she told me a bunch of stories. And honestly, by the end of that call, I was so strengthened, I was so empowered, I was in better spirits, and just realizing that all I can do as a leader is do my best and just again continue to pray for people and just trust that people, like God would of course help each and every person. Okay, so one last thing I'll leave you with is, in this season, make sure Psalms 91 is your best friend. Like when you're scared, Psalms 91, go look it up, go really, really take it in. So if you have any other ways that you can suggest that people can be there for one another or remain sane or zen in this season without really letting it affect them too much, definitely comment down below. If you've had any freak out moments, I would like to hear that as well. Thank you as always for joining me on this another episode of Manifest Hub. Continue to share, subscribe, talk about it. Let's have conversations, and best of all, let's be there for one another and just strengthen one another. We will get through this. This too shall pass. We will totally get through it, and we know that we have a loving Father that cares about us. So I'll see you on the next episode.